Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PTFF podcast. It's a beautiful morning, and I have a guest here whose mustache is pretty epic. Ben Wilson, welcome, buddy. How are you doing?
Good, man. I'm excited, bro. I mean, you have been crushing this thing, man. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man, I'm super stoked. I've followed you for a while, man, and all the stuff you put out is practical. It comes from a place of actual service, not a place of theory, right? And I want to talk to you about that with social media and the fire service. And even my message gets misconstrued of like, oh, why are you running in gear? Why are you doing? I'm like, I'm personally just doing that as a challenge. Like, it has nothing to do with being a better fireman. Like, fitness and firefighting are very separate. Now, I think they come hand in hand, but just because you're fit doesn't mean you're a good fireman. And just because you're a good fireman doesn't mean you're fit.
100%, dude.
So talk to me about the value you bring. Where did it come from? Where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to get online and start, bringing just, actual real world experience to the internet.
Well, I knew I was a lightning rod anyway, dude. Like, I already bring attention to me. Like, I got this huge mustache, I'm covered in tattoos, like, and I'm just loud. I'm ate up with it. I want to push it on people, and I want everybody to know what I know. The fire service, we're so Loctite, and I dig it, I do. But like, I want to share everything I know to make somebody better, because there's somebody that's not getting fed, if you will. Someone's not getting that information. Someone's not getting that knowledge. Someone's not getting their hands on it. It all started, I used to just put stuff up on my personal page. And it would make no sense, because it would be like me and my wife and the kids at the beach, and all of a sudden it'd be a water can, and like, I got like, family scroll, and they're like, at the beach, what is this? Like, they just got confused the whole time.
Right.
So my wife was like, hey, why don't you start a separate page? She's like, just stick with Instagram, keep it short and sweet. That one's nice and friendly. It works good for you. So I was like, all right. So I love ladders. Like, I'm obsessed with ladders. Just something I got my hands on, and I've been exposed to a lot of good dudes and no ladders. So I did a video on a ladder, and I put it up just to see where it is, just to kick it off. Like, I've always been doing stuff, and it just blew up from there. And the attention that I get from it is all positive stuff. You might get a little naysayers and stuff like that. Once again, I said, you're going to become a lightning rod, but I can give a fuck less. I mean, if you look at my page and you start the conversation in the firehouse, be it that was shit or that was good, can we try that? That's what I'm all about. It's never been, this is one way. That's why we're called F.D.I.R. It's just fucking doing it right. I could care less how you did it and what it did. As long as you did it correctly and your team is proficient in it, that's what it's all about. I want the conversation started. Then I want you getting your hands on stuff. That's what I want.
I love it, bro. I love it. And there's so much truth to that, because people get caught up. And the new thing is the divide with masking up with gloves on, right? I love it. And the old timers, they're not having it. So most of them aren't. Some of them are like, fuck, dude, I'm at the door and my fireman is masked up ready. And it's like, it takes me like a minute to catch up. So some of the company officers, at least that I work with, I don't know your experience, are like, fuck, I guess I need to learn how to do this fucking glove thing, because it does make a difference. And yeah, at the end of the day, man, however you put up a ladder, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as it's done officially and done right, I support it. Everybody that I kind of bestow my knowledge on, because I'm the same way, bro. I want to leave everybody really everything that I have, right? If I could touch them and just give them everything, I would. But at the end of the day, if you do something and it's faster than me, stretching a line, throwing a ladder, conducting a VES, doing a primary, venting a roof, right? Just any tactic that's more efficient, I will drop my ego immediately and I will adopt that practice, right? Because to me, I'm not about what I'm good at. It doesn't matter what I'm good at. If it's not fast, it doesn't matter, right? We literally have to do things that make sense and that are done right. So let me ask you, man, have you always been this way, or did you've had to have some mentors that have molded you, that have kind of given you the opportunity to be you and run with it?
I mean, I've always just like, I got to give it to my old man. my dad was a volley chief, and dude, he had me riding the front seat of a buggy like when I was 8 or 9. And I'd been immersed in it. Like I wanted to do it. I wanted to be better. And the cool thing about the fire service is it's still like houses still catch on fire. It's the same thing if you want to put it in a nutshell, but we are enhancing every single day, like masking up with gloves on. Like if you were to take a time machine back in the day, there might be a handful of guys that do that, but you crush it. You know, just the different techniques we do and the way we share information. As me getting involved in it and loving it, dude, I love to talk with anybody, even if you shit on me. Like, even if you shit on me, I like to have that conversation because someone can hear the shit fest and with that conversation starts to come in together. You might get one guy on your team while you have 5 other dudes being like, that's dumb, that's dumb, that's dumb. But we're having that conversation to make it 1,000 times better. Like masking up with gloves, that's one of my huge things. Like I used to be big on like, all right, I can mask up with my gloves, but now I'm a boss and I got to do a 360 of a building. Now I'm moving, masking up with my gloves because I know my nozzleman's going to crush it at the front door. And my pudgy little ass might have to hop a fence or something like that. You know, that pit bull in the backyard's chasing me. But now I've got to, you know, apply that. And it's always never stay comfortable. We're always evolving. One of the big things I like to say, and I don't know if I've heard it from somebody else, you know, I listen to a lot of stuff, but I chase perfection. I never want to be perfect because what do we always say when something's perfect? It's done. You know what I mean? I always use a simple analogy of like when you're getting a sub made or a sandwich made and you look at the nice person and say, perfect, that thing's perfect. I don't need anything else. I never want to be perfect, but I want to chase perfection.
Right.
And enhancing our product of what we do. I don't know I suck until you tell me I suck. And I don't mean that in an abrasive way, but if you see me do something and you're like, hey man, that sucks, let's improve on that. Then fuck yeah, brother, come here. Let's crush this out and I'm going to make you better. I'm going to make me better. And the thing is we have to understand that it doesn't happen just like that. It doesn't happen overnight. I got to work on it. I got to train. I got to work on my profession. And I want to be the best. I owe it to the county I work for, the people that live in that county. And then finally, I owe it for my wife and my kids. At the end of the day, when I come home and they're like, hey, how'd this go? Well, I talk to my wife about everything. I'm like, well, I sucked at that. She's like, well, you're learning, keep working on it. And you got to have that. Okay, well, my family's backing me. That's going to give comfort and stability in me. And that way I can be a badass motherfucker when I rip off that rig I only got 2 guys, with 2 other guys busting ass with me. And we're on that same fucking page. And if we fucking fail at something, we work on it again. And we're going to be the best.
Yeah.
Like no matter where you work, you are the best. Think about that. I want that mentality instilled in everybody. Don't be cocky, but I am here to make a change to the incident. Something where I know I've got the best dudes coming in and we're going to rip the fucking head off this place. And we're going to fucking be ready that, hey, this fucking engine company showed up, truck company, whatever I may be riding on that day, that we're going to fucking punch it in the mouth and it's not going to want to do that again. It might win because there's only win or lose in this. But I promise you now, I will tell you that we're going for that fucking win.
Yeah. Dude, you got me fired up. I'm over here trying not to smile. And it's not because it's funny. It's because, bro, I think the same way. And I think we need to empower, our avatar, right? And that avatar, I'd say for everybody that's listening, is the individual that is fired up, that wants to be the best, right? That should be the norm. I just don't see a time in the world, in the fire service, when you wake up and you say, I really want to suck today. Like nobody does that. You know what I mean? But I think you get surrounded by bad people. You get surrounded by a bad influence. You got negative information coming in, or you just have a victim mindset and you don't realize how bad you suck. But back to what you said, Ben, you made a fucking solid point on understanding that sometimes you don't know if you suck. You don't know if you're crossing the line. And in the fire service, we have a really bad rap, at least where I'm at. I'm sure it's the same shit where you are, that, dude, guys won't be honest. Like they won't say anything, and then they'll run their mouth to C shift or other guys and be like, hey, these fucking guys did this. Dude, we been in a hole and we cut a couple trusses. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. We cut a couple trusses. Not the right thing. We definitely made a mistake. We're not supposed to cut trusses for anybody out there that does vertical ventilation, but it happens. Sometimes it happens. I heard it a month later in conversation at the station, but they didn't know I was on the roof. They were like, these dumb motherfuckers cut through the trusses. And I'm like, what fire are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, it was on Kirk and Florida Mango. And I'm like, hey, assholes, like I was on that roof. He's like, well, they were like, well, you're stupid as fuck for cutting the truss. I said, yeah, bro, I made a mistake. I said, I didn't know you were so perfect. So anybody out there listening, guys, be okay with making mistakes. And if you see someone make mistakes, be honest, like talk to them. We've lost the ability to confront each other. And it doesn't have to be a negative confrontation. Like I literally had an issue the other day with an officer, and it was getting bad, like to the point where I almost slapped him. That's not professional at all, right? But I obviously kept my composure, and I said, all right, you know what? How do you handle this situation? I said, we got to talk. Right? We just got to talk. Let's just have a talk. So we get back to the station, and I'm like, hey, Lou, can we talk? He's like, yeah, buddy, what's going on? I said, hey, man, like, I don't appreciate the way like that we handle ourselves in that call. You were super micromanaging, and if I'm out of line and I need to be micromanaged, tell me. But I make it my effort to be your fucking ace in your pocket, dude. Like, I don't need to be told what to do. I got it. But if I'm wrong, tell me so we can fix it, and you can trust. What can I do so you can trust me to get shit done, right? And I said on the next call you were out of line here. I go like, is everything all right? What's going on? And he basically broke down and was like, man, listen, I got a lot going on. I'm sorry, I'm working on a lot of things right now. It's not you, it's me. And we hashed it out. The rest of the shift was great, bro. It was amazing. But people won't do that. People will just let that shit build, and then it's just toxicity, and then talking shit to other people about this guy when like and we're not best friends by any means. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to talk to people, right? And tell them, hey, dude, you suck. And it's okay. But it's not okay to stay there. Like, let's work on it, right? So I love what you said, dude. You getting fired up like that. That I was raised by wolves in the fire service. I'm very fortunate, grateful, blessed that the guys that brought me up, people talk about a standard. And I like your handle, bro. Fucking do it right. That's the standard. You know what I mean? That's the standard. Like, nobody wants a fat fuck showing up to their house on fire, right? Nobody wants somebody that doesn't know how to extricate on a bad extrication, right? You need an intelligent individual that understands the dynamics of an extrication. And even medical calls, bro. Nobody wants somebody showing up on a medical and just fucking screwing the pooch. Like,
Dude, 100%, dude. You're nailing it, babe.
Yeah, it's just doing it right, man. And I love that handle. And I want to talk about, from your standpoint, what is your expectation of the guys you work with? Because I see you're very honest and forward, and you fail forward, right? I love guys like that. I love guys that are fucking full throttle forward. Whatever happens, it is what it is. I'll learn from it. That's a way better that's a way better approach than basically idling through life and the fire service.
Well, the first thing that I always do, especially with now being back to a boss, and I even did this when I was like I guess you could say, like, I don't want to say senior man, but I was a senior technician on my shift. The first thing I always do with the guys is I can't expect you to be the same passion that I have, because there's no off switch. Like, as I talk to you right now, I'm sitting in a volley house, and if the tones drop, sorry about this podcast, babe. But I mean, I eat and live this. This is what I do. But I can't expect somebody to be that same page. But I can have buy-in with your trust. And I promise you that you'll be on the same page as me. So the first thing I always do with everybody, I said, hey, man, if shit goes down, give me the phone number that you want called. Give me that phone number. I want, be it your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, your mom, and your dad. Give me that phone number. So if something goes down, you don't have some random cat calling real quick. You know what I mean? So I can be like, hey, real quick, this is what happened. This is what happened. Bobby did this. We're all okay. He's going to have this situation. You're talking to Ben. Ben, I'm in charge of them. I can tell you what's going on and all that fun stuff too. And I also give them my wife's number too, in case that situation happens. I build trust from the front in the beginning. And then, so there's that beginning part. And then I go over my 3 things. We talk about how we talk about life. That's the hardest thing. I can tell you to pull a hose line all day, and that's the fun, flashy shit. But working with people is the hardest thing. So I treat the fire service as a game. I don't treat it much as a family because I have family I don't even fucking talk to. Like, they got, like you can walk in right now and I'd be like, hey, like I got your blood in me. I'm like, that's neat, man. I'll call you when I need a kidney. Like I don't know, but the thing is I treat it as a gang. As soon as you put that shirt on and it's got our name on the back, you're a part of that. Whatever situation that you're in, I'm in. We're the only profession that does that. And I've said this before, Starbucks doesn't have that. They got great tasting coffee. But if one of those dudes is getting thumped in the parking lot, they're all going to be looking through the little window like, oh, espresso. Like, they're not going to be worried about that. I promise you now, if you have a situation, we're going to handle it. Big three things that I think that help guys operate and it's going to help them move efficiently is I got to know what's going on with them and I got to know where their priorities are. So in any method that you like, in any order that you like, I go with reputation, family, and money. So I got to know the reputation that you have. I got to know what you want. Do you want to just be a guy that sits in the back and does the job? That's fine with me. It's good. But you're going to have to earn your fucking money. You're not going to be able to just sit on your ass and wait for it to happen. We're going to make sure that we're the best. I'm sorry if you don't like that. Then you might want to go to a different shift. You know what I mean? I'm not going to run you into the dirt every day, but I want you to know that when the tones drop, you have that comfort and stability to be like, okay, take a breath. I've got Ben with me. I've got blah, blah with me. We're good. We rehearsed this and all that stuff. The reputation that you carry with you. Then your family. I want to know what's going on with your family. I don't want to be barging in on stuff, but just let me know that everybody's good, man. Hey, man, little Tommy's been, not feeling good. All right, brother, you got everything squared away because we can get you out of here. I'll get a swap for you. We'll get all that fun stuff. And then finally, money. I don't like to talk about money because that's not my number one priority. But at the end of the day, I don't come to work for free. I got to make sure that I've got finances in place and I got to make sure that everybody's squared away. If I've got those three things in place, your reputation, your family, and your money, then we're fantastic. But the thing is, if any of those fall apart, everything trickles down. Your reputation, right? You got guys talking shit about you cutting the roof. Well, fucking, I'm not going to want Julian back with me on the truck because he cuts through trusses. Well, hold up, bud. Now you're fucking with that guy's money. Now you're fucking with that guy's family life. And shit's starting to snowball. We need to fucking stop that real quick. That's where we come in as a gang. And I don't mean we're fucking slinging rock and fucking pulling guns on people. I mean that we're coming in and being like, hold up. What the fuck are we talking about real quick? No. He's got the same number on his fucking lid as me. Tell me what the fuck the issue is. And we need to figure this out now. And that reputation that you build back again, it's just all trust and love. I'm all about loving guys. And I'm telling you now, when you got the same number on my lid, fucking, you are part of my gang and I fucking love you. And at the end of the day, we have to realize that we got to fucking be squared away because someone called 911 and they're not calling anybody fucking else. They pulled your card, whatever that may be. God picks you that fucking day to buckle up and you got to fix the situation. If something's fucked up, let's talk about it. Let's figure it out, brother. I might not have the answers, but I got tons of brothers who can fix tons of shit because at a kitchen table, we got fucking astronauts, doctors, fucking plumbers, and we'll fucking figure it out.
That's the fucking truth. I'll tell you what, Ben, you get me fired up. I might just have to come ride a fucking truck up there with you, volunteer for a couple weeks. Come on, keep you apart. I love that, bro. You know what, dude? That's so true. The trust that this service has bestowed upon us by our ancestors. When I say our ancestors are the people who built the fire service, the people who built the tradition, the people who built all the intricacies of what it means to be a fireman, right? And we're losing it. We're losing it. And guys like you and me are the only hope that the fire service has. And I don't want people to ever get misconstrued of why I do what I do. There's a quote, and I'm not going to say the whole thing, but I will say this. I only have one ambition in this world, and that's to be a fireman, right? And that quote resonates with me because that's all I really give a shit about. Like, truly, like, there's no other feeling that I can get from riding a fire truck and just being in my gear, bro. Something so simple. Not even going to a job, just being in my gear, dude. Clearing a call in my gear, riding backwards on a fire truck. That is just a feeling that's irreplaceable. And I take it very seriously, right? I take it very seriously. And I've made mistakes, bro. I'm not perfect. I've shit the bed. I've cut trusses before. I've made mistakes in other avenues, and I'm proud of not the mistakes, but how I've pivoted after the fact. And you said something that was so true in the aspect of we've lost the ability to look after each other. It's kind of been a fuck that guy service. And I don't know where that came from. I think it came from the insecurity of so many people. So many people got so much fucked up shit. They don't handle their own shit that it's just a me show. And as far as anybody listening to this, don't ever get it confused. This is not a me show. There's a reason why you're never alone in the fire service, right? At least most of your career when you become a chief, obviously. But even then, you're not alone. You're at a house with guys. Like, you're not alone. You're never alone. And it's funny because I'll never forget, we were doing this training with the SWAT team when I was up north in Ocala working. And we were there all fucking day, dude. Engine was supposed to cook. We were supposed to leave at like 4. We left at like 6:30, dude. So we're like, fuck. Got 2 rescues at the house, got a BC, got a EMS captain, like full house. And the engine is a fucking, they cook, they take care of the kitchen. I'm like, fuck, dude. So I call station, guys in the rescue. It's like, hey man, we're fucking late. We're just gonna grab pizza. Like, dude, don't worry about it. We got food. Dinner will be ready when you guys get here. We didn't tell them to do that, bro. They love and trust us, and they know that we're not shit bags, and they pulled the load. And one of the sheriffs goes, oh, I can't believe that they did that for you guys. Like, I would have just said you guys are on your own. And I'm like, just a different mindset, and not everybody has our mindset, our give a shit factor, our love, right? I truly love everybody I work with, right? Doesn't mean I like you, but I love you. There's a big difference, and I want you to win. I want you to be happy, and I want you to give a shit. I don't want you to be me. And I saw something the other day, speaking of that, there's a lot of impersonators out there, right? People trying to be Jocko and this guy and that guy. And dude, there's only one you, right? Like, and it was Terry Crews, and he was talking to the actor. He was talking about how, he loves Kevin Hart. He loves The Rock. He loves Tom Cruise. They're all great, but none of them are Terry Crews, right? I'm Terry. I'm the only Terry. And like I'm the only Julian, you're the only Ben. And we have to be individually proud, bro. You have to be individually proud and never forget that, you bring something different to the table that nobody else brings. Bro, your passion, your energy, it's amazing, bro. It's infectious. And I want to talk to you about that. How do you combat the naysayers with all this energy and compassion? Because I know for a fact, you got haters on the telephone line fucking quacking away.
Oh, dude, negativity is a load of shit. I can't fucking stand negativity. Now, do I get into it? Yeah, man, because it's fucking easy. Anybody can be negative. It's the easiest shit in the world. Hey, I don't like this because, well, I don't even gotta explain why I don't like that. Negativity just is a cesspool that we don't fucking get out of it. Now, I understand guys off steaming because I fucking do it too because I'm a passionate guy, but we gotta get the fuck out of it. Negativity, I can be like, hey man, why don't you like that? And someone's like, well, I just don't like it. You're like, well, explain yourself. Well, it's stupid. All right, well, cool, man. How can we make it better, dude? Like, I can't stand it. Like, I've done on another podcast where we were sitting at a kitchen table and all these dudes were just fucking bitching. And, I'm like, all right, we got our bitch fest out. And I look over and there's a fucking puzzle. I grab a fucking like 500-piece puzzle. I'm just like, throw it on the fucking table. I'm like, guess what, brothers? We're doing a fucking puzzle. You know what I mean? And fucking these guys are like, hey, you fucking, can you believe the policy? You got blue? I got a corner of blue. Can I get that? And you can flip it, dude. You can flip it so quick. And I misspoke. Negativity, you got to fucking explain. You got to say, hey, I don't like this because this, and this. Positivity, I don't got to explain a fucking word to you. If my favorite color is red, guess what? I like red because we're going to fucking make that fucking positivity at the fucking table. If we need to get it out, yep. Negativity that it comes my way, cool, man. If you've got, I don't want to say constructive negativity, but sometimes there is criticism from that. If you got something to build on, yeah. If you just want to be a sack of shit, go ahead. The thing is we already know. You can walk into your firehouse right now and you know that guy is going to be negative as shit and be a fucking shitbag and talk all this shit. But when the tones drop and I fucking smoke them to the door, or I'm smoking them pulling a line, or I'm popping a door and I got to wait on them, guess what? There's that reputation that comes back to it of being like, you part of this fucking gang or not? You know what I mean? And the thing is that their reputation starts to fucking dwindle. And now they're fucking completely disconnected from the fucking group. And I've seen it plenty of times where it takes that one positive guy to infect everybody, and the negative guy is now that odd man out. He's that odd guy out just sitting over there, and no one, and I don't care what you fucking say. This job, you can't sit by yourself. I'm sorry, you're around somebody 24/7. Like, I can't even take a shit without seeing boots underneath the door next to me. You know, hey man, what's up? Oh yeah, breakfast was good. You know, like, you can't. You're around 24/7. And the thing is I will fucking shove positivity down your throat. I will tell you look good every day, and I will infect you to make sure that you want to do that so much that you're like, hey man, I'm in a happy mood now. Please just leave me alone. You know what I mean? It's an annoyance that I have.
Right.
And then going back with the social media shit, I used to get caught up in it. And you can ask my wife. I'd look at a comment and I'd be like, fuck me. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that way? And all this shit. But then you look at the positive outcome of it. I've got guys that message me, hit me up, asking me questions, and I'm making them better. We're making each other better. And I'm like, well, fuck, that's what this is all about. Let's just push the negativity to the side. Like, okay, cool. Hey, brother, I did this. Yeah, I did this. I understand. You know, we could do something different. Please, you know, If I have a constructive, conversation, but there's some dudes that just run their fucking mouth, and you're like, don't waste your energy. There's no fucking point, man. It's like a health bar, man. We all played video games as a kid. If I suck down that fucking health bar, I can't give anything to the next guy. So fuck negativity. I have no point for it.
I love it, dude. I love it. Ben, what would you tell what would you tell yourself coming in day one in the fire service?
Day one, take more pictures. Take one. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not telling you
that's so true.
Because you're gonna see your life change, man. Take more pictures, and another big one is a journal. I do a journal. I've started late, but I do a journal every single time. I got a new one with me being newly promoted, and just take a journal of stuff you did, man, of all the fun stuff to see where you're at and see where you're going. I mean, it's fun to look at a picture and just reconnect with that. Take more pictures of guys doing stuff. It's a switch, man. My worst fear is to never be able to step on a rig again. I already know that I'm going to be that old guy spilling coffee throughout the firehouse. And it's like, I was here 20 years ago. But the thing is we'll take more pictures, and hopefully I'm up on the wall and be like, hey man, that picture right there is from a job that we ran. I don't even care if it was just a silly EMS run. You know what I mean? Take more pictures and just eat it up, man. And it's crazy that I tell people that I've got, 16 years of volunteer service, 10 years of career. That's 16 in the fire service, however way you want to cut it. And that shit is a flash, man. Like, I can remember going and, I got my first like red helmet. That was a non-interior fireman. And now we're going, and now I'm that guy that people rely on, like, hey man, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's a team effort, but it happens so quickly. Just enjoy every single second, because we don't know when this job's going to end, and we don't know when we're going to lose. I don't want to be the, bring darkness to this, but we can lose somebody. Be that, the unfortunate, line of duty death, or somebody just simple as, hey man, I blew up my knee. I'm never going to be able to do this again. Something crazy, we got to take pictures. We got to promote our guys, and just, I would tell myself, man, just love every single second, even the shitty seconds, man. Like, even when you fuck up, you're going to be able to look back on this and be like, all right, hey man, I fucked up, but what did I do to get myself better? And just fucking love it every single fucking second.
I love it, bro. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Wilson.